up and welcome back to my channel, and today I'm back with another video, and today I'm going to talk about the Brisbane city. Actually, lots of viewers from my YouTube, they actually asked me to make a video about the Brisbane city. So I thought, why not to make a video about this thing. So today on this topic I will be talking about the living style of the Brisbane, about the population, about the job opportunities, about the education, about the everything that students have to face to go. As per the statistics guys, we have got that third largest number of international students lies in the Brisbane after Sydney and Melbourne in a row. And it is the third biggest city of Australia, and it has got lots of beautiful places and beaches to visit. Well, talking about the population of the city, Brisbane has got almost 2.4 million of people living in the same city, whereas which is the half number of the people who lives in Sydney or Melbourne. So well, in comparison to Sydney and Melbourne, Sydney has got more than 5 million of people now, and Melbourne has almost 5 million of people, which is very crowded places in comparison to Brisbane and other regional cities. As the Brisbane city has got less number of people in comparison to Sydney and Melbourne, it would be more easier to live in there with a very comfortable life. Whereas because of the lots of population in Sydney and Melbourne, it has got very hard to find the job and to find the good facilities. So while talking about the expenses, Brisbane is far more cheaper than other big cities. For example, if an apartment in Sydney costs 600 bucks in one suburban area of Sydney, then in Brisbane you can just get in 300 bucks. So you can see the prices or the expenses are almost half, in comparison to other big cities. So if you go to Brisbane, you can save a lot of money. While talking about the transportation facilities, Brisbane has got the very nice transportation facilities organized by the Queensland government, and it has got the far more cheaper rates, or you can say far more cheaper expenses. You don't need to pay a lot in Brisbane for the same transportation where you have to pay a lot in Sydney city. For example, I live in Sydney and I have to pay almost more than $5 to $6 in the peak hour if I get travel. But in Brisbane you have to just pay 2.5 to 3.5. So you can say it's almost 45% is less in comparison to our cities like Sydney and Melbourne. So it would be a far better if you go to Brisbane and you can get the far more cheaper transportation prices. Lots of people may be thinking that big cities means that lots of jobs will be get offered, but they don't know that big city has got the more number of people too, which actually results lots of competition and resulting very hard to get the chance to get that job. And well, if you're not going to big cities, then also please don't go to regional areas like Canberra and Cairns, because these places are not cities. They are the regional areas like a village, and village of Australia. So these places has got no companies. Like they may have some small restaurant or small businesses, but they don't have any major business things, major business companies. So it will be very hard for you to live in there. Whereas talking about the Brisbane city, it is a major business hub of the Queensland and all those areas. So as far as you are skilled, you can get any job, But as you know that we have got the student visa which lies under the subclass 500, and we are always restricted for the 20 hours per week for the work. So that is the major hurdle, that why don't we get job, very fastly. As you know that employers, they always look for the full-timers and they offer their jobs for the full-timers, and we are the part-timers. So that is the major problem, guys. And this problem is not only in Brisbane city. This problem is actually in all over the Australia, in every city, wherever you go. So it doesn't matter where you go, you have to face this problem. So after jobs and these things, let's talk about the education. So about the education, every cities, every state and every places, in Australia, they have got very nice universities and colleges. So it doesn't matter in which city or in which state you go for this study, you will get a very nice college and universities. So choose your best university, that you will get, of course, nice one. So it doesn't matter to go to Sydney, go to Melbourne or go to Brisbane, you can find the best universities from the world, which actually lies in the top ranking of the world universities. So while talking about the immigration rules, even the Queensland government has got the very similar immigration rules to other states like New South Wales or Victoria or any state. So but still it has got some changes now. I actually talked with some of my friends and I found out that there is some changes made by the immigration rules of the Queensland state. So the first rule, which I got to know that they are no more providing PR for those students who are actually doing the nursing courses. So there is no more PR for the nursing student, which is actually quite frustrating for the medical and the nursing students. And the other thing is that there is only 6 months of validation for the temporary residents. So usually we used to get the TR for the 2 years, right? So even in New South Wales or in Victoria, you get the temporary resident, which is TR for almost 2 years. But I got to know that from now onwards, Queensland government is just offering for the 6 month validation. So if you guys have any question or if you guys have anything that you would like to ask me, then you can leave your message in my Facebook page, and I will leave the description, or the link of my Facebook page in the description box. And also you can follow me on my Instagram, and you can message me in my Instagram, and I will try to reply you, try to solve your problem. So guys, that's it for today. So that was some information about the Brisbane city, and that's what I shared, what I have the knowledge. And if you guys like this video, then please don't forget to like this video, don't forget to share this video, so that lots of students will get to know about these things. And please guys, help me to get the more subscribers. And thank you so much. Please don't forget to subscribe, and I will see you in the next video next week.